Hello, I'm coming to you during the day. So I know that some of you might not be able to watch this during the day, but hopefully you'll catch the replay tonight. Um, but I promised yesterday that I would show how I made this little mask that I posted the other day. And I kind of played around with it yesterday afternoon and then last night a little bit. So I've tweaked it just a little bit to make it easier basically for me to explain to you. So this was the card that you saw yesterday that I took a picture of. So I'm not 100% happy with it. However, it's cute, but it is a little larger than I would like. As I looked at it a little bit more, it obviously wouldn't fit in an envelope. It wouldn't be able to be mailed with the dimension that's in it. And then I just kind of brought it up here to the top a little bit, just to give it a little bit of height. But this card I actually think I'm going to give to a neighbor. I think this is really cute. So if you're going to give one in person or leave it at somebody's door, might be kind of cute. This would totally work. But last night I sat down and I played with some different dimensions and measurements. And I came up with a much smaller one. So this one I used the Celebration Impressions DSP. It's a great way to use retired DSP that you have on hand. And this one turned out almost like a mini. It's so cute. I used some string here for the ear loops. And then I used Whisper White around the outside. And when I looked at it, I thought, hey, it's almost just a little too small. And I kind of didn't like my white border around the mask. I think it's cute. I put it on a white card base to try and make it tie in a little bit more. But I kind of was, I don't know, it just was almost too small and I didn't like the white trim of it. So then my second attempt was this one. I made the measurements just a little bit bigger. And so, I think I like this size a lot better. That's the one we're going to make today. And then I also like the little bit darker cardstock around the perimeter of them. But you're welcome to do whichever you like. That is the great thing. I'm seeing so many different fun masks out there that everybody can personalize however you want to do it. So I actually got on Etsy the other day and they were super cute. Everybody, all the fabrics that are out there and these cute masks that everybody's wearing are really a fashion statement now, aren't they? So, and then I also decided to make one. Of course, we have to make one in black and gold for the Hawkeyes, and I made this actually for work. So if you're from work and happen to catch this, you're getting a sneak peek here. So I used some of those sentiments that I printed out from that PDF that Stampin' Up! Came out with the Share Sunshine. And they obviously coordinate beautiful with a medical card for somebody. And Nurses Week is coming up next week, so I thought this would be a really cute card just to even post up on the unit. So black and gold, I used that B Celebration DSP with this one to get that look there. They had a cute little medical images from that PDF. And then the inside, I put You Are Essential with a few little flowers and then some of our little new gold gems in there too. So I thought this turned out really cute and I'll be taking this one to work. So, and then I got to thinking people are probably going to want to mail them. So I went ahead and I made another one, and you kind of get crazy. You start making them and you just want to make more and more. So hopefully you all will feel the same way after you learn how I did these. So this one, I didn't pop up quite as much. I left this one a little more flat. I think you still could mail this. It would need obviously a bigger envelope. Even a padded envelope might be a good suggestion as well. But obviously I think it would go through the mail a lot better than one of these that is popping up a lot here like this one. Okay, so that was my other little fun one I made last night, and I used the new Poppy designer series paper for that, and I thought, oh gosh, that's so cute, and it's like very springy. So anyway, really cute. So let's get started. How did I do it? So I made up this little guy here with the measurements that I used. I'm going to leave that there for a while I talk. That way, if you want to freeze frame, you'll have those measurements that you can write down so you can make these at home. I started out with a piece of DSP that was 3 by 2 3/8. And then on that short 2 3/8 side, you're going to score at 5/8, 1 1/8, and 1 5/8 on the front side. The front side I'm calling the front of your mask, the one that you want to show on the card, okay? And those folds at those measurements I'm calling mountain folds. And they are depicted in my little image here with the longer lines, okay? Now, if you do paper crafting, you have probably heard of this before. There's mountain folds and there's valley folds. The mountain folds fold towards you. like a mountain, and the valley folds fold away from you. They dip down away from you, okay? So once you have all three of your mountain folds on the front side of your DSP, then you're going to flip your DSP over, and you're going to score it at 3/4, 1 1/4, and 1 3/4. Again, on that back side, and those are going to be your valley folds, which I depict here with just little dots, okay? So you can see an inch between each of those, but they're going to be on opposite sides of the paper, okay? So hopefully I've left that up there long enough to give you a chance to freeze frame that on the replay so that you can see these measurements and be able to make these from home, okay? If not, feel free to contact me. I'll get them to you, okay? So what are you going to need? The essential things you're going to need right here. Simply Score tool. I highly suggest it. You're also going to need tear and tape, or our old sticky strip would work as well too. A paper piercer tool, glue dots, definite glue dots, and definite bone folder. Okay, we're doing some folding. And then I also included the multi-purpose glue, okay, that you're going to need. All right, then the other things you might want to use is some ribbon or string that you can use for the ear loops. And I am using, this is retired, I'm using some Daffodil Delight little bit of ribbon here for this card for the ear loops, okay? And then you're going to need all your paper products. So a card base I have here. And then this is going to be for the inside of my card. And then I am using terracotta tile, which I ran through that new Ornate Garden 3D folder. I'm in love with that. And I'm using some of the new Ornate Garden 3D DSP. Okay. So again, this is cut 3 by 2 3/8, this little piece here. And then I have that cute little Just Breathe greeting, which I think is really cute because it says, "But wear your mask." Okay. You're also going to need some strips. So this time I'm using some craft cardstock, and I have a couple strips that measure, these are 11 inches long, and they're 1/8 of an inch wide, okay? And then you're going to need just some long strips of Whisper White cardstock. And what I did was I took my tear and tape, and I placed my tear and tape right along the very edge of that Whisper White, okay? And you know, you love this because all we have to do is just tear that, right? I don't even need the scissors to get that off. And so it's right along the edge. This is 1/4 of an inch width, and then you take it on your paper trimmer and you'll just give yourself a trim right along there at the 1/4 of an inch mark. And then you will end up with this. It's Whisper White cardstock. Very vanilla would work too. But then on the back side, you have your tear and tape, which is your 2-way strip of adhesive that you're going to use to hold your. I think it gives a little more stability, a little more sturdiness here, okay? So that's why I did that extra step here to be able to hold those little pleats in place, okay? So those are the supplies you're going to need. Let me set some of these aside for right now, and I'm going to work with my little piece of DSP, okay? Let me pull this down so that you can really see. You know that I am a novice at this, so I don't even have a zoom or any fancy stuff. Anyway, so, all right, so you're going to place that right up into your Simply Score. This is DSP, so it's a little lighter weight. I'm going to use the little smaller tip there, okay? Go ahead. I've marked these points here of the first scores that I want to do, but it's going to be at 5/8, and then it's going to be at 1 1/8. Oh, I've already messed up. I'm supposed to score it this way. Oh my goodness. Okay, let me cut another little piece of paper really super quick. Oh, I'm sorry. I did that on my one the other day too, or last night one that I did. I'm going to cut another piece. Hold on. Well, this is a first. 3 by 2 3/8. And you know, I told myself I could have had an extra one made. Okay, that was easy though, right there. So, learn by my mistake. Turn it, and always you're going to score on your short side, your 2 3/8 side. Okay, so let's go ahead. I'm going to bring my little fine tip in here. Score. That was at 5/8, 1 1/8, and 1 5/8, okay? On the front side. Those are going to give us our mountain folds. Then I'm going to turn it over. And I am going to score it on 3/4, 1 1/4, and 1 3/4, okay? I don't know if you can see those or not, but you can see that one goes down and one comes up a little bit there, okay? All right, now I'm going to get rid of my Simply Score because I'm all done with it. The other thing I suggest that you get or use if you have it is the silicone craft mat. This is really nice. Remember, we're using gluey projects. It's nice because things don't stick to it, okay? So I have that hidden underneath there. So on my folds, I think you can see them a little bit better from the back side. The very first one that we did, we're going to make a mountain fold, okay? So it's going to fold away from you, okay? I'm sorry, towards you. Sorry, towards you. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to skip that second little 1/8 of an inch away from their score. And I'm going to go down to this one. And I'm going to do all my mountain folds first. Okay. As I do my folds, the score line is obviously there. But I do want to make sure that I'm lining up these edges here. Okay. Because then that will make it fold much straighter when you go to do these score lines. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do that other mountain fold, watching my sides to make sure. Okay, so I have all 3 of my mountain folds. See how they're coming towards me, and towards me. Okay, now there's another little 1/8 of an inch one. I'm going to flip it over and I'm going to fold those away from me. There's another one. And there's the last one. Okay, then I'm going to take each one of these and you can see I'm starting to make kind of like a little accordion fold here. Okay, I can use that little 1/8 of an inch fold there to give myself a little accordion fold. See how we're doing? Lay it down on your surface, kind of scrunch all those together, pushing in a little bit, and then take your bone folder and really burnish those and give yourself a really nice fold. Okay, both sides. Flip it over. Make sure you're holding those together just like that. Okay, and that basically is the base of your mask. Okay, now we're going to take the piece of Whisper White that I had stuck the tear and tape to. And I left myself just a little extra up here at the top so that I can grab onto this, because you all know if you've worked with this before, sometimes getting the edge of it is a little hard to do. And of course, now here on camera, I get to try and do it. These are all the things I need to think about ahead of time. There we go. We're peeling it. Okay, so it's left the adhesive there, but I peeled the sticker part away. Okay, so on the back side of your mask, holding all those little pleats in alignment, you're going to come in here and you're going to place this right along the very edge. Okay, and I'm working with the strip. It's okay, and it's okay if it goes over the edge too. Okay, because you're going to take scissors and you're going to trim off that extra. And the same thing over here. The other thing I learned, I had to clean my scissors last night after I got done playing because you'll have a lot of adhesive on your scissors. You want to take your bone folder and you want to go in here and you really want to burnish this, okay? Even down in all these little folds, okay? This is the back side, so it's not going to show. And burnish those down in there. Then we're going to pull off a little bit more of our sticker here. And we're going to come in here. And we're going to do the same on the other side. Okay. Trim off the extra. Burnish. Now it's hard for me to get right over the top of this and still be able to show you guys on camera. So I'm off just a little titch here. So I'm just going to take my scissors and I'm going to trim that up. It's pretty forgiving. You can do that. You might not have to. If you can see right over the top and know we'll probably not have to do that. But there you go, okay? So that's holding our little pleats together. Now, let's give ourselves our cute little border here. And this is when I pull in my craft cardstock. I'm going to pull in my silicone craft mat. And you probably could use the tear and tape on this as well, but it will be wider than these strips. So you'll have to trim that, and I think you could make kind of a mess with your cutter. So I'm going to use the multi-purpose glue. I love this glue. It's super strong. It holds really nice. And I'm just going to go ahead and put it right on my mask instead of trying to put it on my strips. I found that that was a little bit easier, okay? Now, it doesn't matter whether you do the top and bottom of your mask or if you do the sides. It really doesn't matter which ones you do first. But I'm going to go ahead and just do, I think I'm going to do the top and bottom. I've done them both ways and they both look cute. It doesn't matter. So I'm just going to put just a titch of glue there and lay that down and go ahead and take my strip and put it right up along that edge. Making sure that I'm straight there. And by working on my mat here, it's not going to stick, which is kind of nice. I'm going to take my scissors, trim off that extra. Well, it looks like some people are able to join. Welcome, welcome. People that are sitting at home that were quarantined. I was coming to you at lunchtime. All right, I'm going to go ahead and do the same on this other side here. I can't see names. Well, I can when I look up. I'm not coordinated enough to quite yet with the video camera to look up and see names and communicate with people, I guess I should say. But I do see a few names on there. Jane's here. Jane's one of the ones that requested this. Oh, Sharon. I see Sharon. Oh, and Jess. Jess, you got to see the card I'm bringing to work. Okay, then go ahead and I'm going to stick a little bit of multi-purpose glue right along this very edge. Remember, with this glue, you don't need very much, so I'm barely squeezing that. And go ahead and pop that over here on the side. Hold that one just a little bit longer maybe than you did the other ones, just because it's laying up on top of that fold, okay? Go ahead and cut my extra off here, and I'm going to be able to get by, I think, with just one strip of that craft. A little bit more here. I think this little paper is going to be cute for this one. All right, press a little bit, get that to stick there, and trim off your extra. Okay? So I think we're done with the silicone mat. I'm going to move that away. And just go ahead and give all these just another good little press, okay? That's your base of your little mask. Isn't it cute? All right, before I go any farther, I think I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use the daffodil ribbon here. I'm trying to remember what ribbon this is, but it's our cotton ribbon, and this was retired probably a year ago or so, so I just pulled out. Again, a nice way to be able to use up your scraps. I'm going to grab my trusty glue dots here, and I am going to need 4 of them, so I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to tear this off and reveal 4 of them. And I'm going to go up here in the corner on the back side of each one of these and grab a glue dot. Okay. And then I'm going to come in here with my ribbon and I'm going to press firmly to get a little bit of ribbon down in there. And then I'm just going to take this and loop it so that it looks like a little ear loop. Go ahead and press on the back side, cut off my extra, and go ahead and really press on those again. And then take my other 2 glue dots I had ready to go here and attach glue dots to the back side here and do the same thing on the back side. One of my glue dots is overhanging there. And then my other one doesn't even look like it picked up. Sometimes you really gotta push hard. And then go ahead and come over here, looking at this one at the same time so you can kind of get them to be the same. Press down. And trim off your extra there, okay? That's your back side, okay? Now, I think this would be cute on the front of a card just like that, but I think it really gives it that whole mask look when you can open these up and really pop it up off your card, okay? So how you do that, work from the back side and gently from the center, pull those pleats apart, okay? This is one of the reasons why I use that cardstock on the tear and tape there, because it really gives it a little more support there to hold those pleats in place, okay? Now, this won't stay if I just leave it like that, I learned, okay? I played around a little bit, and all of a sudden I looked over and some of my cards were falling apart because the folds were closing up on themselves, okay? So to hold that in place, I simply just took another piece of the tear and tape, probably about an inch or so. Start it at the top here, and as you work it down, I hope you can see this, you're going to be pulling those pleats apart. Okay, work them apart, work it down with your thumb, pull the pleat, work that apart, and that is going to stay in there just like that. Rub it a little bit, and that's what's going to keep your mask open. Isn't that cute? Oh my gosh, it's so cute. Okay. So here's our card. Let's finish making our whole card. So I have my early espresso cardstock here. I'm going to fold it and give myself a nice little fold there. I have just a plain Whisper White for the inside. Put some snail on it there. Because it's such a dark cardstock, we need a little bit in there. And then I'm loving this terracotta tile with this paper, this designer series paper. I just think it's so pretty. Really, I just love these colors together. They're kind of fallish, aren't they? And you know how I love autumnal colors. Okay, then this is going to go to the bottom of the card. I left a little bit of space at the top there just for fun. And then let's go ahead and attach our mask next. Now, how are we going to do this? Well, again, we're going to rely on glue dots, and we're going to rely on our multi-purpose glue, okay? And to get these on, I think it's a little bit easier if you take your paper piercer tool here and you grab yourself a glue dot. I hope you guys try these. I think they're super cute. I think they'd be cute to give, like I said, to a neighbor or maybe even on May Day. I was thinking, you know, May Day, we used to drop stuff off at people's doors and run. And, oh, I think that would be so cute to leave a little something there. And with one of these cute little sayings from the PDF from Stampin' Up, I just think that's adorable because they're so fitting. I'm going to use the liquid glue now, and I'm going to come in here, and I'm going to put a little bit right there in the center, okay? Because that's going to really help hold that mask down. I'm going to come over here. I'm going to decide which one do I want to be at the top and the bottom. I think I want that little terracotta flower to be at the top. And then I'm just going to press this. I'm pressing from the center, okay? I'm not, and then once I have it in place, I can press on those corners where those glue dots are, okay? Whoops, my little guy slid a little bit there just because I haven't given those little trims enough time to dry, but we'll just press, press, press. And it does, this glue dries pretty fast, but it takes a little time for it to dry. You might look over and see it coming up off your card and just reach over and press it again. But pressing from the center here on the sides really works the best, I think. Okay, isn't that adorable? And then I'm just going to pop my little Just Breathe on, and I'm going to go ahead and use some dimensionals to do that. Get my sentiment on here. So cute. Okay. Plain and simple, but really cute, okay? So again, freeze frame on those dimensions, and I hope you have a good time making these. And if you do, please post them on my Facebook page. I'd love to see them because everybody comes up with these different ideas with the different papers and the trims and that. So have a good time with it. And again, let me know if you have any questions about it. I hope all of you have a beautiful day. It's sunshiny here in Iowa City, and we're going to go for a big walk with the dog and get out and enjoy some of it. So take care. Bye-bye.